This goes into the winner's match against Fart Studios, and loser of this has an elimination game between them and Penguin Squad coming up.
Yeah, they'll know their opponents. They get that advantage, I guess, going into this one. But either way, you know, playing to win certainly, and we'll see what happens. Again, certainly some funky stuff happening, some fun stuff to talk about, and all eyes on the Wraith King, or at least I would think most eyes certainly on this Wraith King and how he's going to perform here in this one and only game. For me, Wraith King kind of stands out as a hero too, where when he is picked, I always look at the other team and their team fight big cooldown abilities to use to get kills. In this case, you have like a Prime Aurora, that lasso, even the overgrowth you could suggest, where, you know, you use these abilities to get a kill on a hero. But Wraith King, that's where he's good against that idea, that concept, because obviously he comes back up, so you don't want to overcommit initially. So that's where he can be decent in a matchup like this.
Yeah, Wraith King is better and better the more like big commitment spells the opponent has. He's like ideal against Void and Chronosphere, stuff like that. But that's where I think Spectre is pretty happy in the matchup. She doesn't have this one big ulti like Omni Slash or whatever where, oh, I used it and now I didn't kill him. No, she's pretty good at just standing her ground. Of course, she uses her Haunt to get in there, but usually Spectre does pretty well if she gets the Manta style and just stands some fights against the Wraith King. She can dish out pretty good damage, so we'll see how it works out. Of course, he is a little bit protected against these beasts and lassos from Sadman.
As far as the laning phase is coming out, to clarify as well, I know there's a little bit of a curiosity, we'll say, in terms of Sanctified and Duster and who's going to be where. It is the Rubik playing the position 4 at the top lane and Duster on that Undying, paired up with the Wraith King at the bottom.
A lot of this is also just about lane matchup. Like, you're against the double melee lane bottom, it's the Dream lane for Undying, 2 strength heroes. You want that matchup. You don't want to be top against the Spectre, because spamming Decay on Spectre doesn't really achieve much. And Undying against Treant, I guess he kind of wins, but not by a huge margin. So you'd rather just be down here where you're going to be the dominant force. He's the strongest on that lane.
And of course, your favorite lane to talk about, that mid lane matchup, Caudle versus Batrider. Not one we were really seeing too much, but Mark on his Keeper of the Light, a hero that you at least expect to get pretty good flash farm.
Yeah, he should be farming a lot. He should be laning pretty well against the Batrider as well. A lot of heroes struggle with a sticky napalm, but and we have a new lane generated. If you look in the jungle here, we have parked the creeps for this. This is where the lane is going to be now. This is the most random location.
Yeah, it's like the neutral's just chilling there like, well, what's going on, guys? Like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, these neutrals can't even care about the creeps, even if you attempt. They'll just like hit them a little bit, but creeps will get ignored. 3 denies there coming out from Save, though. Having that tree grab gets a nice little win on the CSing here.
Yeah, fun stuff happening there. In the meantime, Wraith King and Beastmaster just in their own lane and going at it when it comes to their CS, and very slight advantage for Double King, but of course we'll keep an eye on that and how he progresses. Speaking of Double King on the Wraith King, one thing we hadn't really talked about yet, item progression. What's the build? He's gonna go Armlet, so giving that away. But
yeah, I like the Wraith band that he started with here as well. It's, you know, a lot of strength heroes benefit really well from that extra armor. But Armlet seems very logical here. The only downside is using Armlet when you're under Firefly of Batrider can be very tricky. So those Armlet toggles might be difficult. Wraith King, though, not the worst hero if you fail the Armlet toggle. You mainly just go for it because it's a fantastic increase in DPS.
Again, Duster laying down that decay. Currently 20 stacks he has himself, so he is not afraid to run up at them and trade some auto attack blows. And Beastmaster and Tiny trying to figure out how best to deal with that. But as you mentioned, Duster is setting up to have a really good time as a support role over there.
Yeah, he's the dominant force. They have to keep avoiding him and try to pull the creeps and be doing shenanigans on that lane. And overall, that should lead to Double King having a nice laning stage. Meanwhile, though, looking at top, this Spectre with living armor coming out from Treant, not skilling up the Nature's Grasp, just immediately going for a defensive build to help his Spectre stay alive. Should be farming pretty well. SMD, he likes his Spectre as well. He's played this many times before here.
So look at the Radiant jungle, by the way. You know, we talk about Keeper of the Light, and that, you know, one of the reasons why he's able to flash farm so well as he goes over there, gets some stacks, and like farms with Illuminate. But look at what they've done for the Dire. They've blocked multiple camps, and that's forcing him to pick up his own sentries and try to, you know, unblock those. But that certainly has hurt. He kind of realized that as he went to start stacking initially and seeing that they weren't spawned. So definitely delaying that Coddle farm. Well played by the cut there.
Yeah, Empyrean and Duster both getting in there. That's very useful. Sorry, Empyrean going in there. Duster dewarded before, but it's a nice thing just blocking specifically those two camps, because as Caudle, you want to rely on the big camp and the medium camp and farm those simultaneously. Now he has to kind of settle for just farming one big camp, and it doesn't feel as nice at all. Because the value of Caudle is that you farm multiple camps at once.
So again, good heads up from the cut against the Caudle mid. Really trying to keep his farm at bay. Top lane Spectre is just comfortably farming, really at his tower, and you mentioned that it just goes back to he's having a really good CS. He's got that tree and protecting him as well.
He has so much HP regen. Like Spectre under tower without Tango active is sitting at 12.7 HP regen with the help of that living armor. So just the Mango build is very popular on Spectre. I've tried this build myself a few games as well. It's absolutely fantastic. Spectre is the happiest hero out of all carries when it comes to buying these Mangos.
What's your take on the Blade Mail first for Spectre? Looks like that's where he's going.
It's also supernatural, or supernatural? Very, very natural build. I guess supernatural would be a bit extreme, but no, it's a good farming item. For a lot of heroes, Blade Mail is a bit awkward to go for, but since you farm with the Dispersion, pairing that up with the Blade Mail puts you at a pretty decent farm rate just by getting hit by creeps. And also it's super good if you get ganked, then you can protect yourself with that.
Mid lane save, rotating over. We're at 5.5 minutes, so that's 6-minute rune coming in. See this often. Save now may run into Duster, who's going to spot him, and the gank attempt. I don't know if he actually saw him, so Tiny might still be somewhat elusive right here. As Caudle's in the jungle doing that farm currently, so yeah, we know the brawling's coming.
Yeah, but this Caudle is falling behind a lot to the Batrider rate. Toss towards the bat, maybe? Maybe?
Wants to. Gonna keep him at bay where he is, and here come the sticky napalms, but with Rubik showing up, Arcane Rune's gonna spawn, and save does get taken out, by the way. The Arcane Rune eventually gets destroyed by Sanctified. Batrider using his lasso, trying to kill Sanctified in the process. Mark doing what he can. Doesn't have cooldowns currently. That living armor keeping him alive. Sad man making it out for now.
Yes, Raindrop, he should be fine. Doesn't even get hit, actually. Manages to run away there. So in the end, sort of a support trade, but you committed more heroes on the side of CDUB for that, so you really wanted to get that Batrider, but he's gonna stay alive.
Yeah, and you were mentioning Batrider certainly winning that mid matchup so far. It's gaps closed slightly here by the Caudle, but still a lead for the Batrider for the time being. Sanctified and Empyrean kind of going at it, but nothing much else gonna happen. I gotta say, for all these Division 2 matches, especially here in NA, this is probably one of the lower kill games we've had. It's so 1-1 as we're about to hit 7 minutes. What's going on?
Yeah, this is feeling kind of slow. NA has usually been very high tempo overall, but this a lot comes back to the lanes just not really being kill potential lanes. Like top, you have that Spectre Treant lane. It's just about defense, right? And you don't have the best kill potential ever with a Rubik and Mars as well. So it's mostly just harass trading. Bottom lane wasn't even really a 2v2 lane. It was mostly just Undying chasing the Tiny, who was creating new creep waves. And even mid, they kind of didn't play against each other because Caudle was running jungle. So it's going to be low kill for now, but I have no doubt that we're going to see action ensue. Look at that juicy Ancient stack, though. Oh, boy.
We'll eventually get there, but yeah, oh my god. Entire side chives using those level 3 wild axes. That is a lot of freaking creeps. I mean, Duster's gonna spot this though. That's I don't know if he actually saw the creeps, but he sees Beastmaster in the area.
Oh, it's so impactful that he's here though. Just, you know, even if he might go down to the Batrider who turns around for the rune. Okay, Tiny is there.
Yeah, Tiny cutting him off. Gonna heal himself with that soul rip, but just gonna delay what certainly was the inevitable. So they do kill a dying. But to your point, I mean, he does delay this ancient stack from actually being done currently.
Yeah, it's pretty massive just disrupting it, because Beastmaster already had 4 stacks on Wild Axes applied to the creeps, and the way he kills these creeps is by applying a lot of Wild Axes, so having to start over from the beginning lowers a lot of the DPS, and, you know, takes a little bit longer. He's gonna have to work a bit here. Ultimately, he will farm these, though. He is gonna do it.
I'm waiting for that network. He's at 2,200 right now. I'm waiting for it to really spike up as soon as he cleans up those Ancients there, so keep an eye on that. But Wraith King, he's finding himself having a great time. I mean, really no surprise, especially as you were mentioning. It kind of was a 1 versus 1 lane anyways. He's over 4,000 net worth.
Undying just took care of that lane top, though. We see the creep tossing down SMD to the low ground, but that helps him actually get closer to the Rubik.
Tombstone, it's flat on the high ground though, so we'll see what kind of impact that does have. The arena coming out, and Batrider's gonna end up falling. Scourge McDuck, he was also 2 committed, and Trian says, I gotta get out of here. He TP's away, and very successful fight for CDUB.
Yeah, a little bit betrayed perhaps, that creep. In the end of the day, with CDUB rotating more heroes, the Wildwing Ripper might have been the unsung hero in that team fight. And yeah, the Tombstone did a lot of work there as well. This early on in the game, very hard for him to bring down the Tombstone. As the Beastmaster finished farming the Ancients and the big camp, he got 1,000 gold from that in total. So almost increased his net worth by about 50% there, and heads back to the lane. Now gonna have the help of Dominator coming out for him.
That's never a good sign though in the case of the cut right now, where the top 3 net worth in the game all belong on the other side, and that's what we have here. Wraith King leading the way, Mars following, and even Coddles was just behind. It's kind of funny that Coddles actually last of those 3, but point is, it's a 2,000 overall net worth for CDUB right now, so all 3 cores are farming very well.
Yeah, it's a good start. The lanes are working out nicely for him. 3,000 gold ahead here at 10 minutes, and yeah, they feel confident farming. I think big time is going to be Ela when he gets his Blink Dagger. Then they can maybe start making more moves together, pair him up with a Caudal, the Arena jump in, and Caudal blasting in afterwards. Should be a pretty potent threat towards the cut. The cut, though, they feel like they're a little bit more safe and wanting to play this game slowly. They could look for action around the Bat's Boots of Travel coming in soon. In 50 gold, he will have it.
Yeah, I mean, you have that. You have a Beastmaster that's got Prime Aurora, although not the mana for it currently. But point is, they certainly have abilities to use to make some kills happen earlier on in this game. And it does feel like that the cut may need to start making a bit of that space. Because, yes, and Spectre, he is just going to sit back and farm. Granted, he can also assist with that Haunt, obviously, if a fight does engage. So, but for the time being, still being fairly passive. However, Blink was just purchased by Tiny, and as I say, this Arena goes up at the top lane. The Tombstone put down. He did dodge the Spear. As mentioned, Illuminate goes through it. Scourge McDuck takes a chunk of damage from that. That Tombstone, it is staying alive. This is what we talked about. They don't have ways to kill it effectively. And down goes Scourge. Savage is sitting there this whole time. He finally kills it. But now he's in trouble himself. Overgrowth going to be activated. That was stolen by Rubik. That was his Overgrowth that he took from the Trin. He takes out Batrider, and Trin will fall as well. Double kill for Mark, and now it's tower time.
Yeah, that was such a fantastic fight for him. They can also heal up here on the back of the Caudal's heal, so giving some HP back on the Mars. This should be possibly a tower even going down, maybe, if they can keep the Catapult alive. SMD wants to protect his tower, though. He's back.
Yeah, is he gonna really chase this? Probably not, yeah. There.
He's not too worried now that the cooldowns are expended. And behind, actually, Tiny going into everyone?
Tiny, that was one of those tunnel vision syndrome. He's like, I got this kill, I swear. I gotta blink. No, nobody, you don't. The dagger's even gonna connect, but Ela will survive. And yeah, making use of that blink unfortunately results in his death and not a kill with it. It's just getting worse for the cut.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the damage to combo burst. He has Avalanche level 3 and Toss level 2, but that early point in tree grab means he doesn't have full max out on the nuke yet. And perhaps he expected Spectre to click her ulti, join in there and do some damage, but didn't really feel like jumping in. SMD just prioritizing farming up and playing a bit safer. Ultimately, though, they hold the tower and they do fend off the aggression here of CDUB, but CDUB, they enjoy a nice little lead here. Now they're gonna smoke towards bottom, make another play around this arena.
Well, I was going to say the scariest thing about all of that, honestly, for the cut, I think, is that Wraith King wasn't even there the whole time. He's just been farming this bottom lane, and he might get involved in a fight soon because, to your point, there's the arena bottom lane, the spear connects, and Wraith King is running over. Probably not even needed at this point, but he's going to come in and help secure a last hit on that Beastmaster. 450 plus crit. They take out the Tiny as well, and that smoke rotation was just right on cue.
Yeah, this is a pretty horrible start here for the cut overall. And losing now, 2 heroes down on bottom lane. Wraith King getting to join and participate in some fight without really leaving his lane even. He didn't miss a beat in farming, and now he can go to the tower, has those skeletons as well. I think if Skeleton has this strong of a start, then he will get to the point of Silver Edge, and then Spectre won't be that happy in this game as well.
You see right now the Armlet finish. He's looking to finish the Deso, then a Blink, then a BKB. So yeah, he wants definitely a bit more build up, but I mean, there's no need to heavily prioritize a Silver Edge, right? You got a Spectre on the other side that's struggling.
It's something you go for eventually. It's going to happen this game, like pretty much guaranteed. Down the road, he's going to have one. But yeah, Armlet into Deso, it's going to be fantastic for bursting heroes and speed up his farm, enable Roshan. It's just perfect build, really. This is what every Wraith King typically goes for.
How about Coddle, by the way? Really haven't talked about his item progression much, but he's got Boots of Travel, a Forest Staff, an Urn. Looking to go the full Spirit Vessel, then an Axe, of course, coming after that. He's farming up some Ancients right now to help him get there. So,
no respect, just walking in here. He's like, "Are you guys here? You want to defend?"
Well, Mars finds him. He kind of Duster forces them out, and Mars is like, "Gotcha, save." He's dead. Blinded Light pushback on Empyrean. No chance for him to get out either, and you can tell CDUB is feeling it as they should be. They're moving anywhere on the map they want, it seems like, and they're just setting up kills left and right.
Yeah, this is pretty much what I expected from, like, yesterday when I was thinking about the different teams and how it should look going into it. I felt like CDUB, they have a little bit more team play, and the cuts, while they have really individually talented players, I think a lot of their success here in Div 2 has been early on, perhaps, of their bristleback that people weren't adapted to and adjusted to at first. But now it feels more, as the season has progressed, they are a little bit figured out, and teams aren't as taken by surprise by their style.
Yeah, certainly fair to make that point, but I mean, it's still a game. We'll say that. It's obviously just a very difficult game right now in terms of comeback for the cut. We haven't seen Beastmaster use a Primal Roar yet. I mean, it's things like that where it's just, I mean, he's level 11 at this time, and they only have 3 kills in 16 minutes, especially here in Division 2. It just feels really off.
Yeah, they haven't found a way to enable him yet, and, not just having a tough laning stage for himself, but not finding a place to TP in and join another lane, and at the same time, he spent all this time on bottom lane, but the Wraith King is just free farming. He's up at 9k gold now, the full Deso is coming in, and now he's attempting to leave the lane. I think Double King recognizes, I am the strongest player on the entire field, I want to go and make something happen. Joins a smoke with Duster here, rotation coming in mid.
No blink on Wraith King, but he's got teammates to help catch. He runs on. He got stunned initially, though. The arena comes out. Sandman's just dead. He was running that whole time, and he still can't get away, more so flying away. I mean, the tombstone probably unnecessary there, but I mean, you can just tell the chaos that's there with the arena going down, the tombstone in the middle of it, and with a lack of kill for the tombstone. It's just, if that combo's used, they're getting kills on whoever's in there.
Yeah, it's chaos for the cut, but that was so organized and so orchestrated by CDUB. That looked perfect. They rotated from top lane and from bottom lane towards mid lane, congregated on that tier 1 tower, took down the tower. You're playing against the Treant, so you got to make these big moves to take down tier 1 towers. You can't just slowly chip at them, then living armor will just save them. But that was a swift execution right there, and they really find each other on the map in a great way right now. The cut need to find a way out of this rhythm. They need to start making moves with the lasso, get something out of your Beastmaster ulti. Like, these abilities have to go on cooldown. Yeah,
that's what I was kind of getting at earlier. And speaking of that, they're going to try it, but again, this is Wraith King. So even if they kill him, he's going to come right back up.
Though. They didn't use
and
any.
Now they have Duster. Yeah, you're right. They did not. Oh, Falling God. There is the roar. The last of the fall. They want the kill. The rip comes out to heal him up. Wraith King auto attack. You heal up some more. The Illuminate comes through. They do kill the Wraith King. So mission successful for the cut. They're going to lose Tiny in the process. Fade Bolt being used. Duster somehow still alive as well. Gets the Force Staff away. The Tombstone's down, and Scourge realizing that's not a Tombstone he's going to be able to kill. He needs to get the hell on out of there. With Treant dead, though, too. Spear connects on Spectre, and he might be in trouble, although Dispersion helping to get a turn kill. This Duster falls, but the arena's back up. Eli
Ultra kill. Yeah, he was having the dream fight right there. A lot of that comes back to the fact that the initiation was all in on the Wraith King. They used so much to bring him down. They did kill him, and they used their abilities nicely to do so, but they revealed all their cards. They're like playing poker, but with their cards on the table at this point. And then Caudle just sat back. He's like, okay, nobody's going on me. I will just dish out as much damage as a mid Caudle can. And when you have an Urn and your Illuminate, you can really just throw out so many sources of damage. And now upgrading himself, getting a nice reward, getting the Vessel.
Yeah, I also got the damage done breakdown after that fight, and he and Mars actually did an equal damage and more than double damage to anyone else in that fight. So it really was Mars and the Caudle together. That synergy is obviously there, and as far as the damage that was coming out from them. So
Eli's having a great time too. He's got that BKB now on his Mars, so can confidently go in with the Blink and the BKB combination. A lot of pressure right now on SMD's shoulders. This Spectre has to show up big time, but he's only halfway towards the Aghanims. And even when he has Aghanims, like when your opponents are this farmed, it's not that easy to get those initial kills.
We've seen some comebacks here in Division 2, and this certainly isn't even as big of a gap that we've seen in terms of a comeback happening. So try to keep the positivity going as much as we can for the cut. And so there you go. But yeah, right now this is CDUB with a hefty lead, and it's going to get bigger because they're going to do Roshan in the process. And well, who do they give the Aegis to? Is it going to be Mars, maybe? Or Wraith King?
I think I would give it to... I would give it to Mars. I don't really like the Wraith King Aegis that much. I'm a big opponent to Wraith King Aegis takes. Even giving it to Caudle would have been nice, but he wasn't there right now. But this does give Wraith King even more immunity to the pickoff that we saw, where they just use a lot of stuff to kill him once and then hold 2 ultis to kill him right after. But I already think if they manage to do that, then your team can punish. It's more important that Caudle doesn't die, or that, you know, Mars doesn't get bursted, I suppose.
So the Aegis does get burned first, right?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it is the ultimate.
It doesn't work. Yeah, you get the reincarnation. It's just the fact that you already have sort of an Aegis on this hero. So having a second one, you're just going to ignore Wraith King even more, which you already kind of do because he has reincarnation. You don't typically want to focus him. So the Aegis is just I don't know, it's an insurance policy, and I guess it's nice to have, but I think you can often get more value on a hero like Caudle, who is the primary target for the cut here.
Well, we're seeing a lot of objective trading, and I mean, the bottom tier 2 taken out by the cut, that's a pretty big tower for them, especially considering the circumstances. So, but they lose the top tier 2, and the middle tier 2 is almost dead as the living armor and fortifications applied. Now you look at in the flank, they are smoked up on the side of the cut and looking for that angle. Everything is ready to go. Definitely a fight is possible.
Yeah, Wraith King though just kind of chopped down this tower. Maybe the backdoor protection just sits in.
No.
Doesn't have more creeps.
Yeah, and that with the living armor, they can't kill this.
With just 120 HP, the tower is too mighty for this Wraith King right now, and their creep wave is being cut by the Helm of the Overlord. So mid tower is gonna stand for now. Treant is hard at work to repair it. And now I think they're just gonna say, okay, if we're not allowed to take your tower, we're just gonna smoke at you and try and catch you. This was spotted though by a Hawk.
Now you look at them scattering on the minimap on the side of CDUB, although save blinks in and he exposes Duster, at least he's gonna expose the rest, so they might catch save. How much will they commit to this as Avalanche comes out? And save is fine for now. They're trying to figure out a better target. Sandman just kind of charges in. Okay, the cut wants to fight this. There we go. Ultimate coming out for Spectre as well. Sanctify getting very low. He will end up dying to us, but now the arena's in, and it is no save's not even caught. He's able to escape out. As Spectre, though, is still back here, but now Spectre's he too committed. Wraith King going down. Primal Roar going to be used on Ela, but Double King back up, of course. Remember, he still has an Aegis as well. Trying to get the beat down with the Living Armor, saving Scourge, and they kill Ela. And now Double King somewhat isolated. Mark trying to finish off. Will do the job on a Spectre right there. Double King low, but not low enough. He heals up. Is he finally dead? Armlet toggle? No. He's going to stay alive for now, some way, somehow. Duster, he heals up with a Soul Rip. Those army of Beastmaster, though, is enough damage to take him out. Now Double King, Aegis will finally be burned.
Yeah, save goes down to Mark, meanwhile, who's going to come over and join. So with Kato coming into the fight as well, they do the right thing here on the side of the Cut and back out. Fantastic fight by the Cut, though. That was a buyback on the Undying, and overall just a really nice execution team fight by the Cut, who were very far behind as the fight started. But you could also see sort of the issue that I meant there, that the Aegis on Wraith King, sure, he did stay alive extra long by it, but you would probably have rather had it on Mars there, and you might not lose any of your core heroes. Because ultimately, Wraith King was just greatly ignored in this fight.
Yeah, no, and to that point even further, as you're stressing on there, it's like, yeah, if Mars actually resurrects with the Aegis there, then they could have potentially even done more, it feels like, on CDUB side, and Wraith King wouldn't have died that even second time. So, yeah, that is interesting, though, but either way, Aegis is burnt, and it was a successful fight for the Cut. The gold exchange in their favor, too. You see the replay here, and, I mean, the fight took forever. It's like a minute-plus fight, but in the end, the Cut satisfied at least with it. I will say, technically, the Wraith King and the Kato both did stay alive when it was all said and done, and they are able to keep their net worth going strong, though.
Yeah, they did. They did stay alive, but I think that was pretty much the best you could ask for the Cut, and it did close in that gap a little bit in net worth that was getting pretty big. Now still 7,000 gold behind. They have a lot of work ahead of them here on the Cut to get back into this game, but that was a start of something. And CDUB, they have to respect the lineup here. The chaos that comes in when Spectre hits that ulti, has the Aghanims as well, and Batrider, I liked his targeting, just going for the supports, realizing that, okay, if I remove the Rubik, then the fight should be easier to play out.
And it was. I mean, yeah, getting Rubik killed off the bat prevented Sanctified from obviously doing what a Rubik can certainly do, especially with stealing abilities.
Killed off the bat. I like it.
Yeah, there you go. Blink just picked up by Wraith King, by the way, so he's got even stronger initiation now. At least he purchased it. It's not on him yet. It's flying out. Trying to find the opposition. Got close to it right there, but unable to do so. Ooh, they know Batrider's bottom, though.
Yeah, a lot of CDUB players in this rotation, but that opens up space top, and Chive's gonna go for that tier 1 tower push, and they get out of bottom safely as well, TPing towards mid. Sadman not gonna get caught by this rotation. Overall, nicely played by the Cut getting out of this situation. CDUB, though, they want to make the most out of this, so they're gonna go for that tier 1 tower, having the Death Soul, BKB, and Blink on the Wraith King as well. He's super confident to go up here and just smash this tower, but they lost top meanwhile.
Yeah, and Beastmaster has that army still going. The Ancient Granite Golem in there, pushing alongside and gonna force some kind of reaction you figure out of CDUB. I mean, they get the tier 1 bottom, but certainly they have to respect this tier 2 push.
Tier 2 is just falling right now. The aura, he's sitting close enough on Beastmaster to give the aura, and yeah, the tower's just dead. That's a tier 2 tower that I did not expect Chive, or the Cut, and Chives, of course, to be able to snag like that.
They really have been working away at the net worth, haven't they? It's down to 5,000 now. It was upwards of 10K, so they pretty much cut it in half. Has the Cut, and I gotta say, they do get the catch. Yet now this orb here of Coddle may keep him alive, but the Will-O-Wisp not long enough. He does fall. He has buyback. They are gonna get the turn kill on a Tree Protector. Arena comes out as well. Chives going for the TP in front of them. No, the Primal Roar that was stolen by Sanctify to use to stop him in place and make sure to secure that kill on a Beastmaster. So it was a great start for the Cut, but ultimately CDUB was there.
Yeah, I would almost have liked to see SMD just pop his ulti there when they were killing the Caudal to make sure that there are no blinks coming in. A big value of Spectre in this game is that he can stop those blink daggers from Mars and from the Wraith King, so that they don't get caught out on the way out. So at the end of the day, they lose 2 heroes. They did get the Caudal, but I guess they can sort of count themselves happy with getting the tier 2 tower as well. But nice punishment there by CDUB. Their movement was quick to get that kill.
This is, oh, he doesn't have Arena though, but a Spear Initiation, Lotus Orb coming out a little too late, unfortunately, or the Bat Rider, and gets picked off. And now Tiny, he could be in trouble too. Blinking 5 seconds for the Mars. It is going to be quicker than the Tiny, and Tiny does not have backup coming.
Avalanche,
Spear. Nice toss. Avalanche not used. He doesn't have mana for it, but he's going to live. It's just too deep.
Double King doesn't want to dive it. He knows the Avalanche could come out as well, and Tiny, of course, has a lot of armor sitting under a tower with a Lotus Orb. The Tiny actually has 30 armor and a lot of HP, so even though you have Deso, you don't kill him that quickly. So a little bit of respect there coming out. Mid, though, the tier 2 tower not going to get any form of respect. Getting clapped down by Wraith King. This time they get it.
Yeah, living armor coming out just a little too late to really do much there. And it is a successful tier 2 tower kill. So there is still the bottom tier 2, but Wraith King wants more. He wants a Satyr. It's not going to kill it, but doing some good damage. Illuminate just out of range as well. But clearly seed up position. However, position too aggressive. Coddle's in trouble. He's dead. Yeah, they saw Coddle getting extra greedy right there, throwing out an Illuminate further from his teammates, and that Rider capitalizes.
He has to be careful about that position. Now, this could be a dangerous fight.
Oh no. Oh, Mars gets caught first. Gonna get the arena off. Overgrowth gonna be popped as well. Ela finally will be Kibby though and gets the arena off. Chives. Already using his Primal Roar is gonna be picked. Double King running around that Will-O-Wisp, but everyone's running away from him. Tiny is gonna be killed off as a lift. Sets up that one, and Double King back to healing on up right here.
Yeah, I mean, they win that fight, but they did use Coddle buyback for it. They got the Tiny and they got the Beastmaster. Question is that enough? Oh, maybe they get the Bat Rider, but he has that BKB as well. Should be completely safe here to just oh, the Roar!
Stops him. Yeah, this Roar has been so valuable. That's the second time we've seen it used to stop a TP.
Yeah, he still had it. He didn't have to use it in the previous fights. I thought they used it there, but I realized they just had it as the TP comes out, and Bat Rider was not prepared for that Roar to pierce the BKB.
The instant as well makes it obviously even that much more powerful on Rubik, and no chance to get out there.
It's an insane spell to have. The increased cast range and the instant cast with Rubik is terrifying. That ability in particular is a really, really powerful one. Especially when it's level 3, it's going to be 45-second cooldown, so if he steals that again later on, that is massive. I think Beastmaster has to really think about having one of his summons ready for after he casts Roar in the team fights.
Yeah, considering it's happened twice now. And again, still has it for a little bit longer. Can get one more use out of it as long as it happens pretty quickly here.
Yeah,
Tiny.
Or the boar, kill it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's about to wear off. It's like, might as well, right? So use it on something. Farm with it, go.
Preserve the mana, just try harding here. But yeah, of course, would love to see him get a last Roar out. The game, though, is gonna keep going here, and something to mention is if the game keeps crawling later and later here, I am a little bit favoring the side of the cut, not just because of Spectre and obviously her being a very good hard carry late game, but because of something that is underappreciated, I would say. Bat Rider late game is just absurd. It's absolutely insane. Like, it's completely cracked. This hero scales like a madman. When he gets Flamebreak charges and Flamebreak applies Sticky Napalm, along with a Witchblade in late game, Refresher Orb, he can kill anything. Like a 5,000 HP hero dies to just Bat Rider bursting.
With the Octarine Core as well, which he's going for next. Yeah, no, with the, we've seen it before, and yeah, so specifically, if this does go another, 15 minutes or so, then absolutely, the cut is a very realistic possibility of having a good chance in this game. So it is going to be a second Roshan kill, though, a free one. That goes the way of CDUB. And interesting what they do this time. They give the Aegis to Coddle, and the Shard was picked up by Mars, and he uses it right there.
Yeah, they swap around here. I like this because Mark has needed it. We've seen him get picked off by Bat Rider or get picked off in general when he's been out of position a little bit, and he needs this to stay safe. Mars going into Tiny. Gonna blink away.
I like that. Using the Lotus Orb and run uphill. It's a pretty good combo. It's gonna scare them off.
Yeah. Wraith King gonna find this split pushing dragon. Not really a big deal to a king. He just kills it in 4 hits.
Jeez. Yeah, definitely respect his damage, but hey, let's be, obviously the toolset's a little bit different, but similar to Bristleback in that he does rely on teammates also to help him kind of keep those targets nearby to do the damage that we know he can do, right? So they certainly have that follow-up and the ability to lock people down, but we've seen a couple of times where, you know, he's finding himself running after somebody, he can't do the damage as a result.
Yeah, can happen. Interesting to me is that Wraith King has decided to go for this build that is completely skipping the Silver Edge when playing into a Spectre. I mean, you're really farmed on Wraith King. He is super strong. He's the most farmed hero on the map, but he is omitting going for any way to counter the Spectre specifically here.
I don't
Granted, though, Spectre really only has 3 items at this stage, so maybe he feels he doesn't need it.
But the win condition for the cut is Spectre getting farmed late game, so that to me still feels a little odd. But either way, yeah, he's gonna get big, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the overwhelming blink, and then looks like he wants to go back for an Abyssal Blade as well. So we're gonna see a pick off here. Empyrean was trying to go and get a D-ward, but the Observer and Sentry combo catches him. Mark is hunting.
That Will-O-Wisp, it catches Scourge. Blinding Light pushback, Scourge. He is tanky, as we know, but okay, he's going to be able to Shadow Step away, and he's still dead. He tried his best, but no way he's going to get away from Ela at that point, and they successfully take out the Spectre. But look at the top lane. Look at what Chives has been doing again.
Yeah, the stolen living armor, though, gonna do some repairing here for the tier 3 tower. So Rubik getting some value out of the spell that he has found. Also a nice thing to have for the high ground push. Can just put that on the Wraith King, send him up the high ground, and watch him take down the buildings.
Oh yeah, you saw right there, Wraith King helping and gets teleported back in, so gonna be good to push this mid lane. Yeah, speaking of that living armor from Treant, it's obviously making this extra difficult. I love the tombstone, though. I just set it right next to it. It's like, yeah, if you want to engage, you're going to have to deal with that, too. Yeah, it's going to have a pause coming out. But Chives is still at the top lane. He's not interested in defending right now.
No, he's doing what he can, just split pushing. They can't defend without Spectre, and Spectre has no desire to buy back. Nice to see that SMD is getting some value, at least. He's swapped out the Titan Sliver while he's dead and swapped in the Philosopher's Stone. So even while dead, trying to get the most that he can here, get some farm. But this is looking good for CDUB right now. Importantly, the next creep wave was cut, though, by Sadman on his Batrider. So he is trying to stop them from going high ground here. The backdoor protection will kick in soon. And then I think their high ground might be completely saved just by this move. The living armor should be enough paired up with the backdoor protection once it kicks in to stop even the Assault Gear Deso from doing any damage.
Yeah, and they're just going to fall back and having to address this this Beastmaster as well. As it's exactly what Mars will do, trying to kill the Granite Golem. Not as easy to kill. Chives stuck around though, they're picking him out. Batrider's coming in. They got Promaror as well, Spectre too, and that is a dead Mars. Promaror probably not needed, but
maybe
still.
Over the top, yeah, maybe. But you know what? A kill is a kill is a kill. That's what we say in the business. And they got that kill, good value. The travels from Batrider was a little surprise there for Mars. There's a gem on the ground. They didn't realize that Mars had gem. I think they completely missed that.
Oh,
Get the gem, boys.
Just chilling. They're going back.
Surely they see it now. Yeah, they're right on top of it.
Surely
they've seen this gem. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Finally.
Batrider even had a spot. It's just like, come on, just click it.
That's a really nice thing to get, though. I mean, that can help them clear up. If Batrider goes back now and they start clearing out their own jungle, there are 2 observers that were freshly placed here by Duster. So he could go and secure their farming space as well. And that's what he's going to do. He's joining his team. Gives a gem over to the Treant Protector.
We're going to Duster. He's making his way back. Was alone currently, as the ward you mentioned. So we'll see if they are able to get this one as well. They get the one, though, and already making good use of that gem to double king. How about that? A double damage rune spawning right next to him. And he'll gladly pick that. He blinked up. He is feeling extra confident, of course. However, he is going to get responded to, and thus any chance of a kill stopped.
Oh, the lift coming out from Sanctified, but not going to have any way to follow up here as he only has the living armor. Doesn't have that primal roar anymore. But nice move by the cut overall. They're just dodging right now. Bob and weave is what they need to do. And meanwhile, they put that pressure back on top tower. They're now pushing with the Ancient Granite Golem. And even with the drums as well on Beastmaster. Just Dragon is doing better damage.
I mean, this is his home. Beastmaster's found his home at the top lane, and he's not moving. He's not leaving this.
Bat is here to push or punish anyone who wants to de-push this. Now, if one single hero is going to look to push it out, like Mark might do, then perhaps they can get a kill. CDUB, though, are going for a big smoke. They are tired of this Beastmaster. They're looking for something.
I will say that if it wasn't for that living armor that was stolen by Rubik, though, a while back, this tower already would have been dead by now, easily. So, but yeah, how about this? Sadman? He's going to get caught. BKBs just before, though, and oh my god, that hit. Took a chunk of life, but he's going to get out. Meanwhile, they find Chives. However, Scourge McDuck also fine and takes on Coddle. Ela waiting for more reinforcements. Duster comes in, puts the tombstone down. Now Chives battling what he can. Spectre, he's out of there. So it's up to Beastmaster to survive on his own, and that's not going to happen. So they got the Coddle kill, but the response is there from CDUB to take out Beastmaster finally.
Yeah, CDUB, they managed to hold, but that was overall less resources committed by the Cut during that fight. They didn't use their Tiny at all. They didn't use their Treant at all. They were doing other stuff on the opposite side of the map. They were split pushing and stabilizing lanes. Meanwhile, you lost your mid laner for an off laner, so it was a bad trade on top of the fact that you used, you know, more heroes to achieve it. So right now, the Cut, they are outplaying CDUB pretty heavily here. And if the game continues, they're going to get to that point of level 25 Batrider, which is a huge power spike. By the way, he just picked up a Lincoln, so has a little bit of safety now from the Rubik Insta-Lift.
And he just got ninja gear, and I feel like that's a pretty solid item for him to have.
Oh yeah, that's among the best that you can get for tier 4, for sure. Yeah. Probably the best item that you can get.
So tier 4 items, of course, starting to drop now. It's something that both teams certainly need to keep in mind. Undying's going to be jumped off the bat. He does have Tombstone, but he can't cast it. Currently, he's just going to be bursted down. He does have buyback, as does the Coddle. Refresher on Ela. Going to use it. Undying does buy back. Locked on Tiny. Tiny goes down. Spectre, much more difficult target, of course. Double kill for Double King.
The Cut need to run. This fight is so dangerous. Wraith King is just absolutely monstrous, and he one-shot the Treant Protector, by the way, when he jumped in.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even realize Treant died, and that's how fast it happened. I was looking
he
at
disappeared.
Tiny.
Yeah, he straight up just disappeared when he went in there. Died in a single stun, and he immediately buyback. Of course, they used buyback on the Undying as well. Both teams trying to stay on the map because Roche could start spawning any moment now. In 10 seconds time, it is the fastest possible spawn. So you don't want to just stay dead and not be fighting for map control.
And Double King will take over the shrine, so get more control on the map as they also scan the top, and not gonna hit it, I don't think, unless Chives runs into it right now. Oh, a little lucky there on Chives' part, because if he runs a little bit more to the left, he gets hit, and then they're hunting, but he's hidden for now.
Yeah, good moves by Sadman as well, just trying to split push, making them chase after him, using this travels plus ninja gear to most of its efficiency here. And 2 more levels. I know I keep coming back to it, but Batrider has such a big power spike there. Wraith King, though, gonna jump him.
Not gonna kill him. Yeah, he gets the protection needed.
Once he gets Abyssal Blade, he can jump this Wraith King, or jump the Batrider, but right now he's struggling to catch him. And Chives is toying with death on the top part of the map right now. He's so close to them.
Yeah. He's avoiding that. I mean, they know he's still up here, but they just can't find him. He's doing such a good job of being elusive and wasting so much time on the side of the Cut, or more so CDUB side, as the Cut does take over the bottom observatory as well, and they're going to make some presence down here. So the Cut needs to figure out how they want to approach this. They have Beastmaster being annoying top lane. They have the other side of the team pushing bottom.
Yeah, CDUB have to figure out. Yeah, I like that the Cut are, you know, aptly named the Cut, as they are creep cutting every single lane everywhere all the time in this game. But there is a creep wave and there are siege creeps on top. So I think CDUB, they want to break high ground with this wave. They're not going to back down.
Flicker just picked up by Mars as well. Another decent item to have there. But anyways, here's that bottom push. Fortification used
as well.
Oh yeah, Tombstone going down top lane, so they're pushing the tier 3 up there, and that will be a successful tower kill. So bottom push is stalled out, the Cut responding to what CDUB is doing. But CDUB will now retreat themselves as they realize the reinforcements are there and go for other objectives. Try to get a Roshan kill, I'm sure, but he still has another 40 seconds. It's a fairly long Roshan respawn.
CDUB are sticking by. They want to control the area. They know that the cut want to go back into their own jungle. So holding the high grounds here, playing on high grounds, is a smart move. And the smoke out is coming for the cut. They are drawing on the map. I think they're very aware of where CDUB are hanging out right now.
Yeah, Batrider's level 24 as well. He is the highest level in the game, so that 25 is just about here.
DD rune gets snagged away. No DD on Wraith King this time. That's a good deny on the rune.
They saw it disappear, so they know something's up, but can they catch Save? Save's on the high ground. I think he saw them. He's jetting on out of there, so.
Very tense game, this one, but
yeah.
It does keep going a little bit longer here. Nice catch mid, but he has that BKB.
And the Lotus Orb applied, so not much Wraith King can do there. It kind of goes back to, yeah, they can certainly kite him.
I think they might get him here. Oh, yeah, the spear is in time. Gonna get caught out and gonna get sold by his teammates. There's nobody who wants to take an honest fight against the CDUB on the side of the cut. They keep split pushing and trying to get a favorable engagement because in a fair, you know, straight ahead 5v5 team fight, CDUB are stronger. They're way stronger right now. And they get a catch meanwhile on Treant as well. Sanctified on his Rubik, making it happen.
And Treant's out for 75 seconds. That's pretty significant. No buyback top lane. Duster keeping Batrider occupied. Now Batrider realizing he's got to run. Not going to be able to make the kill happen. And I mean, he is fast, so he's going to survive, but close call there.
Certainly out of there, and they're gonna get Roche now over on the side of CDUB. That was a nice kill attempt by Batrider, but there's Greaves on the Undying, so he dispelled a lot of sticky napalm. That's why he lived. Otherwise, he would have gone down to the Batrider there. But yeah, this is gonna be Roche, Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard coming in as well. Refresher Shard is huge here for either Wraith King or the Mars. Honestly, Mars already has Refresher, so maybe you just give it to Wraith King.
Looks like they are going to, yeah. So Ela will pick up the cheese. Is not Mars, but Wraith King level 25. Yeah, no, he's getting there. So him and Batrider are going to be hitting the 25 first, and keep an eye on that. Of course, what talents they get.
Yeah,
but it's coming.
Yeah, the level 25 talent on Batrider is huge, but he does not have a Witchblade yet, so he's going to miss that damage. As Rax now being cracked by Double King. This top Rax falls really fast. That's one lane down, and you don't have a tier 2 tower. You've got to mount the defense here.
Yeah, and there's that Tombstone protection. Again, saying if you want to jump us, you're going to have to deal with it. Lift into the Spear Arena combo. Save is dead.
He has no buyback.
No buyback himself. Scourge McDuck. Blade Mill. Jumping in. Does have Haunt still. That was a Shadow Step. Lotus Orb applied to Double King, though, reflecting any chance of initiation on him. Of course, has his ultimate as well, Reincarnation. Living Armor, keeping the tower alive. Batrider. Catches Undying, not a prime target necessarily. In fact, he's level 20, so he has a death tombstone, by the way. Anyways, Arena comes out again from Ela, and that's going to create the chaos. Batrider's Eddie buys back immediately. Scourge McDuck, that BKB is going to be wearing off. He wants to kill Industrial, he's not going to get it, though. And now the lockdown on the Spectre. The Will-O-Wisp is out as well. Double King with the beatdown, and Spectre will die. He has buyback, but his towers are falling.
Yeah, Batrider going in again, getting the Aegis at least, but now putting himself in danger. Has the BKB ready, gonna run away.
Yeah, that would be a dieback for him, so managing to stay alive while forcing a BKB out. Of course, Spectre did buy back, and Duster eventually is killed. There's that tombstone coming out.
He leaves, so again, leaves the extra tombstone, though. They have 2 tombstones. I think they can keep pushing here. Even though Undying is dead, he's still there in spirit and bones, I guess, through these tombstones.
That's what I was saying earlier, like when they went to lasso hit, it's like, why go Undying? I mean, he's already done his job. It seems a little odd.
He was not the target, for sure not the target. Nice lift here by Rubik, though, catching the Batrider.
No BKB on Batrider. He's dead. That's a dieback. Oh, the Will-O-Wisp, it's the Blinding Light push back, gets the kill. And that could be the beginning of the end for the cut. They're trying to do a last stand of sorts here. Scourge McDuck in once again. Lotus Orb applied, helping him out. Double King turns around, though, and letting his damage rain. 1,000+ crits coming down. Beastmaster buys back immediately, but now Saves in trouble as he gets jumped by the Wraith King.
However, chives. Soon. 3 seconds.
He does. Arena's going to be coming out, and he has a BKB as well. Using that Bulwark, God's Rebuke helps secure the kill there. on Empyrean, and I mean, this fight's been lasting forever, but you kind of take a look from further above, and it seems like CDUB is just about to do it. The arena finally used. Pretty deep one there from Ela.
BKB by Spectre stays alive.
Look at Wraithking though, he's beating down Beastmaster, and Beastmaster's staying dead for nearly 2 minutes as well. Buybacks from Undying, and the Mars coming back in, and well, Treant, he's not going to be able to defend by himself. GG
gets called on that, secures CDUB here as the winners of the first series, that they're going to advance into the winners versus winners between them and Forge Studios. Meanwhile, the Cut, they just didn't really look like they had enough coordination here against CDUB when it came to the team fights. Great split pushing, but the team fights were really, really rough. The initiation there, grabbing the under.